Minasan, konnichiwa. This week has been fully of events related to the Japan travel ban. The government seems to have hit the panic button and it's like we are back to spring 2020. First, after only 3 weeks since announcing opening the borders to new visas, Japan has closed the borders again to new entries. Because there were extra steps in the procedure, only 70 people actually with long-term visa were able to enter Japan in those 3 weeks. Then Japan announced that on the fears of the new Omicron variant, all new foreign entries were stopped until the end of December. This was stopped today with an unprecedented move from the Japanese government saying that reservations for inbound flights to Japan until the end of the year have been stopped. These include also Japanese people that, for example, will not be able to buy a flight ticket to go abroad in December or return for Christmas in case they are living abroad. I want to take the opportunity to share another petition asking for the admission of international students into Japan. The petition was made before the new restriction for the Omicron variant, but I think it's still relevant and the petition has already 7,000 signatures. I know we have signed already many petitions, but I thought that this is a good one and it's worth to share. On my Twitter, I mentioned about Gogoanguk, our free service for who wants to study and live in South Korea. I know that many of you can change or don't want to change destination. In that case, I and NIHON will keep supporting all of you. For who is looking for another option or doing something else in the meantime, I think it's important to have a plan B. Since there are similarities in studying and working in Japan or Korea, of course, I'm not saying it's the same, but there are similarities, I think it's good to have this option available too. Please check the link in the description for Gogoanguk. I want to thank NHK, Kondo-san and Shinjuku Nihongo Gakko, plus Cornelia and Benjamin for 2 articles published in the last few days. One article that was written before the new ban talks about the fact that students couldn't really enter in November. The more recent article, published just yesterday, talks about students who are lost now after the new ban came in place and they're planning to cancel. I also worked with New York Times for an article on the current border situation. Big thanks to Hida-san and Motoko-san for the article, plus Carla, a student from Germany who was interviewed there. I want to close today's video on a positive note, talking about the message that President Fuji from the University of Tokyo gave to international students waiting to enter Japan. The message didn't give any info we didn't have already, but it was specifically addressing international students, saying the university was working with the Ministry of Education preparing specific entry procedures for international students. Of course, this was before the new ban for the new variant, but I think it's positive that the president of the top-ranked Japanese university was working with the Ministry of Education to speed up the acceptance of international students. That's everything for today. It was another tough week for us, but I know that if you make it until now, you're strong and you can go a bit more until we reach all together the finish line. Until then, please stay positive. Thank you very much for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to support my channel. See you in the next video. Mata ne!